At 6:38, we are revving up your taste buds this morning in a special edition of Melissa's Recipe Box.
I got inside the grandstand at Atlanta Motor Speedway and caught up with Chef Frank Abbinanti to sample some Coca-Cola inspired dishes.
All right, sounds interesting, and it should be interesting to see what race fans are enjoying out on pit road.
With the support of Coca-Cola, partnering with Atlanta Motor Speedway, we've actually came up with some Coke-inspired recipes that some of our guests are really enjoying out here at the track.
Chef Frank Abbinanti is the man behind the scenes, responsible for some of the most delicious food at the race. I lucked out and got to try 5 of the chef's recipes.
First one is a mini dog with some Coca-Cola chili. The chili has actually been braised for about 9 hours with a Coca-Cola based secret sauce, we actually call it, right?
Mini dogs placed inside mini hot dog buns topped with chili. How can you go wrong?
It's an all meat based chili, and there's about 9 different spices that we actually cook it with. And like I said, we let it cook for about 9 hours, and it gets an incredible flavor. You can actually taste a little bit of the acidity from the Coke.
After a couple mini dogs, it was time to sample item number 2, the beef braised tacos.
We braised the brisket for about 12 hours with Coke Zero and some spices, and then we basically cook it to the point where it actually falls apart.
The tacos are filled with brisket, chipotle cream, shredded lettuce, cilantro vinaigrette, and fried tortilla chips, and then they're ready to eat. Next, it was time to find out what makes the braised pork sandwich such a hit.
Barbecue, we actually used cherry Coke with this.
Ooh.
And it's a braised pork.
Okay.
So we actually braised it for about 12 hours.
Serve that on a bun, top it off with some fried onions, and you've got yourself a great sandwich for the race. Now, we couldn't talk about all of this food and not mention dessert. So up next on the menu, the Georgia Peach Elephant Ear. And yes, it's also made with a Coke product.
We start out with just fresh peaches, and we braised them with some Sprite, and we made a great peach topping with it. Now, we also put, because you got to have a little bit of sweetness in there, we took basically a cream cheese topping, and we made this with some Sprite.
Top that off with some peaches, sprinkle on some powdered sugar, and feel free to throw on a caramel glaze.
Well, the last item, and we actually had a lot of fun with it, is the Coca-Cola dipping sauce. Obviously, everybody loves French fries. We sell a lot of them. So we wanted to come up with something we can really complement them with and really feature that Coke product.
So much fun.
That looks great. I guess you got to get to Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, you really should.
What was your favorite?
I'd have to say my favorite were the beef braised tacos, but that Georgia Peach Elephant Ear.
That looked delicious.
Amazing, amazing. Can you believe that every single one of those dishes had some kind of Coke product
in it? Which is nuts. I mean, I've heard of people cooking with Coke before, but I didn't realize you could do so much.
Coke Zero, Sprite, Cherry Coke, and this is kind of how it worked. So Coca-Cola actually challenged Atlanta Motor Speedway to do this. So Chef Abbinanti and a bunch of other chefs got together and made, I think, 20 plus different Coke-inspired dishes. And then they got a team of race car drivers and fans and everyone else to try out the dishes, and that's how they picked their top 5.
That's cool. Did you meet any race car drivers while you were doing this one?
I did. I met David Reagan from right here in Middle Georgia, and I saw Jeff Gordon from a distance, and I also saw my crush, Carl Edwards.
Oh, yeah. He's my crush, too.
Yeah. Okay.
That looked good, though. No,
yeah,
that was,
a lot of fun.
That elephant ear would probably be my favorite.
It was really good.
It looked good, so. Cool.
All right.